Hello, my name is Ryan Vogt. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing here at Word Systems and iRecord. I'm also the Channel Manager for a reseller network that we have established here in North America. So this is the iRecord solution. This is an example of a one-room solution. As I mentioned, we do have the ability to record up to 4 rooms per machine. So the iRecord system is designed to stay up and running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that it's on and ready to go so the detectives don't have to go to the system and turn it on and then start the recording. So the detectives have the ability to start the interview with a switch, or what you're going to do is use the start and stop interface with the mouse click. So I'm going to just explain how you would start it with the mouse click. So when you're ready to start the recording, you click on the start button. I do have my metadata enabled, so I can assign some metadata to the interview. So I have the detective name and the suspect name enabled. So I'm typing in some metadata here. We can design the system so that it's ready to start recording immediately, and it will in fact start recording immediately if you utilize the dry contact switch. A lot of our customers, especially the child advocacy centers, want to type in the metadata so that it's stored in the evidence vault, and then they can retrieve the information by the metadata. So when I have all my metadata typed in, I'll go ahead and start it. The green box turns red, and that's your recording indicator. On 1- and 2-room systems, our users have the ability to type in electronic notes as they're reviewing the interview live. So if this is done by the prosecutor, a good note would be to type in a note of confession. That way, when they're retrieving the interview and reviewing it, they can just click on the confession and then watch the confession. So when you're finished with the recording, you can go ahead and click on stop, or you would just turn off your switch, and then you can take the suspect back to the holding area and then retrieve the interview either at the iRecord system, or if you have the professional version with Enterprise or just the professional version, you can retrieve the interview from your desk. Before I retrieve the previous recording, I'll go ahead and explain the graph. So the graph is actually the status of the evidence vault, or basically how much space that you have left within your evidence vault storage. With the iRecord system, since we are a PC-based system, we have a lot of different storage options to choose from. What a lot of our customers do is they burn an MPEG-2 DVD, and they have that on hard copy, and that's also a form of their backup. And then they will set the system up to automatically purge the system. So a lot of our customers have a mandate to, or set a limitation to store the interviews for a certain amount of time. So that could be either 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years, sometimes 10 years, or even forever. So we can tell the system to go ahead and then automatically purge those files after they turn a certain age. So if it's 3 years and we can set the system up for 3 years, it'll delete after 3 years. The majority of our customers will go ahead and then delete the MPEG-2 copies out of the evidence vault, and then that'll create some space to then store the Windows Media File copies. Okay, so when you're ready to retrieve the recording that we just did, what you're going to do is click on the previous recording, and it's going to prompt you for username and password, and then it's going to prompt the Vault Explorer. So the Vault Explorer is the calendar or the search field in which you're going to retrieve the recording. So every day that has a red box on the calendar is an indication that there's a recording or multiple recordings on that day. If you want to retrieve all the recordings from today's date, you can simply click on today's date, and then the recording will retrieve. If you want to retrieve the interview by searching for the metadata that we typed in, if you want to type in the name of the person that's being interviewed, you can just simply click on search, and then it will retrieve the interview in which the person's name was typed in, and then that'll retrieve the interview as well. So you have the room location, you have the start time and end time, along with the date of the interview, and then you can simply just use the rewind button, the fast forward button, or you can use the scroll bar and fast forward and rewind with the scroll bar. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. You can go ahead and then type in your metadata after the fact. So if you start recording immediately, or if you're using a direct contact switch, you can type your metadata in after the fact. So you can add another detective name, or in this case I can add an offense, burglary. So that'll add in the information on the system. So you can also type in a note from this interface as well. So let's just say at 3:35 and 26 seconds, my suspect confessed to the crime. So I'm Detective Ryan Vogt, and my suspect just confessed to the crime. So if I want to go directly to the section within the interview where the suspect confessed, I just simply click on the note, and then it takes you right to the exact time in the interview where the suspect confessed to the crime. So once I have all my notes on my metadata typed in, you can go ahead and then create a copy of the interview. So I clicked on create a DVD. Because we recorded 2 non-proprietary formats, you can burn a DVD that's playable on a computer, either in a CD or a DVD. The CD is used for audio only. So if you wanted to burn an audio only CD and give that to the transcriber to transcribe it, we can do that. And then your second option is to burn an MPEG-2 DVD that will play on a DVD player. So the same process goes. You insert a blank disk, and the system will burn it and then eject it when it's finished. If you don't want to burn a disk, but you still want to save the interview, you can save it to a USB flash drive. So you click on the USB flash drive icon, plug in a flash drive, and then it will save the interview to your USB flash drive. Okay, so now I'm actually going to explain how detectives would use the browser to not only watch a live interview, but to access a stored recording as well. So the detectives would have an icon on their desktop, which is the browser icon. So if you click on that, it prompts you for username and password, so it is secure. And so you type in your username and password, and then the Vault Explorer pops up. So you have the ability to then go in and retrieve by the date or by doing the Boolean search so that it will retrieve the exact interview that you're looking for. I'm just going to retrieve it by the date because that's really the easiest way. So the same interface pops up, and you have a couple more options here off the browser. So we have the redaction feature, which allows users to go in and then remove the non-relevant testimony through a very user-friendly interface. So when you're ready to start creating your redactions, what you can do is go in and then mark the segments of the interview that you'd like to keep. There's a preview window. You can go ahead and then confirm that the non-relevant testimony has in fact been removed, and then you can go ahead and accept your clip, and then you can go in and then mark the next segment that you'd like to keep. You can go ahead and then preview your clip, and then go ahead and confirm that your non-relevant testimony hasn't been in fact removed. You can go ahead and accept your clip, and then you can watch your entire playlist to then go ahead and confirm that everything has been removed, and then you can burn a DVD that's in the Windows Media File format, and the system does maintain the original copy of the interview. I'm also going to explain the chain of evidence audit trail. So if you run the chain of evidence audit trail, you click on the chain of evidence icon, and then it will generate the chain of evidence audit trail in a PDF format. So it has all the information related to the interview, the time in which the interview was recorded, who recorded it, and then all the metadata. So it has the detective names, the suspect name, and then every single event that happened in relation to the interview is also saved in the chain of evidence audit trail. When the interview was recorded, it was redacted, the user made a copy of it, the user was the administrator, so the username does pop up and explain who in fact accessed the interview and who recorded it, so on and so forth. So the DVD was created. Again, every single event in relation to the interview is saved to the USB, or saved to the PDF chain of evidence audit trail. Here at Word Systems, we take great pride in providing advanced recording solutions for the investigative and prosecution process.